Today's class will look at fatigue. Before we jump into our warm-ups, let's talk about fatigue and how we can boost our energy levels. When you hear about Tai Chi and Qigong and meditation across social media and the internet, it's often described as giving you energy or newfound energy or gaining energy. But what it really means is it decreases fatigue levels. So let's talk about how and why that happens, because I like to know the purpose behind things. And when you find out the reason or the purpose behind something, it gives you context of why you're doing it. And it can become a self-empowerment tool rather than just someone's telling you, do this because it will give you energy. It doesn't have any meaning to it. So let's give it meaning today. So the first one is your breath work. Diaphragmatic breathing, or your full abdominal breath, will increase your oxygen levels in the body. So that will aid all body systems to be able to work better. Literally everything on the inside, all of your organs, all of your systems will function better. And when your body functions better, you are not as fatigued. You will not get as tired. Exercise is another one, and this is a fine line when living with chronic fatigue, chronic pain, chronic illness. Once again, the same as with breath work, all body systems, their functioning will improve if you exercise daily and regularly. Your blood flow will improve, your circulation, your digestion, your hormone system, your lymph flow. When the body systems start working and functioning better, this will decrease your fatigue. There is that fine line with exercise where you do too much and it has a knock-on effect to your fatigue levels. And in some cases, and that's certainly for the chronic syndrome that I live with, is if you don't exercise enough, you also go into debilitating fatigue. So finding that balance of where you can exercise to help your body function better and decrease fatigue is something you need to go through as trial and error. A huge one, and this mustn't be overlooked, and this really comes from stress as a base layer, and stress is probably, well, in my lofty opinion, stress is the biggest killer in modern times. Stress links to physical tension. Chronic muscular contraction in the body drains your energy. And this is overlooked in most health industries, most exercise industries, apart from Tai Chi and Qigong. So releasing inappropriate muscle holding or tension that you're holding in the body can decrease your fatigue. If you imagine, if your shoulders are tight, and certainly the condition I live with, my muscles are tight all the time. And that's a byproduct of the syndrome and disharmony, congenital disharmony in the body. So it takes a lot for me to be able to relax. And really, I work so hard to relax because my body is just doing this. So when your muscles are tightening up, and that could be through stress, it could be your emotional state, it could be the cold, it could be environmental influences, it could be your body's own syndrome, like a congenital syndrome like I live with. Any muscular holding, it takes resources away from the body because it takes effort to hold. So if your whole body is tight, and it could be tight through one of those things, then that is draining your body's resources 24 hours a day without your consent. And that is absolutely exhausting. So learning to release muscle tension, and that can be done through exercise, Tai Chi Qigong. That can be done through meditation. That can be done through breath work. So everything we do in these classes, one of the main points is releasing inappropriate muscle holding, which in Chinese is called Fang Song. Then we have your mindset as well. We brushed on it a little bit a moment ago. So living with chronic pain, chronic illness, all of the symptoms, living with fatigue, can give you poor mental health. Poor mental health weakens the immune system and the ability to cope. So your mindset is everything, and it's very, very hard to pivot your mindset when you live with pain, fatigue, illness chronically. Exercise is a really good way to boost your happy brain chemicals. So if you can improve your mental health, you can decrease fatigue. If you can avoid fighting yourself over your fatigue or your pain, that can decrease fatigue. And exercise can also decrease fatigue. Fine line.